Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zahra Bazak. Hope you can hear me. Last time the sound wasn't too good, it was very low. So I think I thought of doing this again, the problem of the soul, and this Quran ayat I found in Surah Namal, ayat 14, I think it is. So, yes, here, saving my notes. I've just done new notes on this. Surah Namal ayat 14. So I'm going to start with that again, and you can listen to my previous live stream on the soul and the sign problem in the Quran ayats, but the sound is very low, so you'll have to use sound booster or something. Right, download it from Play Store. Okay, here we go. The thing is that what is the soul? I don't think even Islam knows what the soul is. But if you were told, you're told a little bit what the soul is, that in Surah Sajda ayat, God says, 13th ayat, and if we had willed, we could have given every soul its guidance. So this soul is subjected, I'm guessing now, because I'm not told what the soul is. Although Islam says the soul has three stages, and the soul is not different. They're not three souls, like the as something like you know, tr- Trinity. They're one and three, but the soul has three stages. I think the Shia say this. Others I've found an article which say which states that the soul has three. There are three kinds of souls, or something like that. Anyhow, just have to check my. Oh, sorry, excuse me. This is no copyrights infringement intended. This is Danish Bashir's narcissistic abuse. Sorry, I was just coming. Or where was I going? To check something on my other tab, and I hit the YouTube other video channel. So no copyrights. I hope I don't get copyrights infringement. Danish Bai doesn't give me that here. Okay, I was going somewhere, so now I forgot it. All of a sudden. Oh, yeah, no, the sound, my sound, yeah, sound here. Is it clear? Is it loud and clear? The sound? Okay, hope it is. So last time what happened is my mic was connecting to two different, one tab and one phone. You see, the Bluetooth was open. So that's why the sound may be very low in my previous live stream on this. Okay, so now hope this time is clear. And I have some health problems. I can't speak louder than this. So sorry about that. Okay. What is the soul? It's not clear, but that it's inclined to evil. So now I guessed, I came to this inference. I realized, it dawned on me or something, that the soul is just something that is susceptible to suggestions. So you see, when in Surah 27, ayat 14, and they rejected them while their inner selves were convinced thereof. I found a problem in this. I couldn't explain it in my previous live stream. You can take it as an introduction, or you can just watch, listen to it like that. So, but here, yeah, you can listen to that as an introduction, like see how confused I am and what I'm trying to say there, which I couldn't say properly. But maybe I've reached it in my previous live stream, that the soul even though its inner selves were convinced. Again, what Samiricast did in Surita, we're told, you see, he went back to my soul inclined. My soul was inclined to it. So, how can this? I want to now show you how Surah 27, Ayat 14, could say, Allah could say here that our souls were convinced thereof when they couldn't be. So I've reached this stage where I can say they couldn't be. Let's see how far I can explain it clearly and prove it. You see, the soul cannot be convinced completely. Evidence here, like for in the court, how the judges are convinced. That's let's okay. I thought of that also, so I just keep it open. That the evidence here, yes, substantial evidence could be enough for the person mind what is convinced, right? But then uh, now how to go about that, I don't know. So I'll just keep it open for now. But then the other side, in the spiritual thing of God and all this, there could be like the Hindus take, there could be evidence for many gods. And you could be convinced in that way. You could be convinced in the Christian way. You also, right? Like you could be convinced, or even like in a desperate state condition. I started to say Christian prayers this time, Catholic exorcism again, right? Because oh yeah, I've sinned. We are sinners. I found this YouTube channel, Father Friar Father, Catholic father priest interview about possessions, and he's an exorcist. So well, things can happen, and you start getting you know afraid in a desperate situation. But I don't know whether that channel is for Catholics only, or that exorcism is only for Catholics, and the church and the priest has to say it. I don't know why it is given. The prayer is given out, but especially when I read it a long time ago, when I in Catholicism, I about the exorcism prayer, the priest has to do some of it. Anyhow, it's given out, and I was doing that. It's a 29-day course, a prayer thing program. Okay, so the Judaism, Buddhist, all that. So this is the problem with the soul, that it is susceptible, vulnerable, which you haven't been told. Only that you have been told here, the Muslims, in Surah Sajda, that I did not give the soul its guidance. So Allah gives its guidance comes from Allah, then comes from Abraham and the messengers and all this. You see? So you can easily be in a desperate situation. Some Christian can come, and Christians are very good people helping out, praying for you and all this. They can convince you, and your soul can be convinced out of desperation or something. You see? That only Jesus can help. Only Jesus is the one who can save the world, and in Jesus' name you can be exercised and all this, the rest of it. But thank you, thanks to these Christians who are praying for us, even though we can't, because I'm not a Catholic, but I actually said that I believe. And I was like, then later on, I was like, really, what is this? I was aggravated, agitated that, now this is again like in Karachi many years back, trying this out, trying that out. I even tried the world prayers, Judaism prayers, Jewish prayers. How do you say it? Actually, you don't say the Judaism prayer, but you say the Jewish prayer. So this, then, okay. So hope the sound is good, loud and clear. Again, a bit just wary about the sound. Worried. Okay. So it starts with the like just taking student number like 13, but when there came to them are visible signs, they said this is obvious magic, right? Now where the signs? Let's take like Christianity, and because I'm quite I know about Christianity, right, and Islam. So God says, the Jesus Christ, signs are there. That okay, Trinity. Let's see, like for Trinity, there are signs, right? The Christians will give it to you. So then, how do you come about? You see, the soul. The reason why these people have not given you the knowledge of the soul is to keep you trapped in this, so that you would be following these honorable messengers, virtuous, righteous, and things like that. Sorry. So I had to come. I saw there's some prayers or something going on until now. Here, God knows what it is. There have been earthquakes and all the floods in Libya, earthquake in Marrakesh, Morocco. So please pray for we can. So it's a moment of silence. Let's take a moment of silence. God knows where God is. People dying like this, and suffering and all this. Sorry if my voice goes faint a bit at times. I lose my voice. So I've been trying to work on myself for my health, and it's not getting any better. It's a little slight improvement. Reminds me of a teacher, a lookalike, but her hair was brown when I was in Karachi American School. And we have this healer, American healer. She's come up. I found her on, no, I found her on Facebook. So a little bit, when I look at her at times closely, she looks like my American school third grade teacher. So there's something. Some are dying, earthquakes are happening. So how to live life? I go into contemplation. First of all, I go into this immense, like I can't get up, like incapacitated. And then after some time, I can get up and I lose energy, a lot of it. Then I can get up to do certain things, but it's a struggle. And it's very like a crisis. So, sorry, I can't talk much about that, but would like some prayers, or if you can help out great people like you. We need good people, great people out there who are helping out. Countries are reaching out. That's really great. Thank you so much. That's really good also to see. So back here, and another one, I hope Amreen Khan's case, someone has reached out to her and helped her. Also that. So when these things happen, sometimes I feel that God doesn't come and for those people. So why? right? Nature can be so cruel. I mean, religiously, I don't want to get into that religious thing. Okay, I'm not. I don't have this gift of the gab or eloquence to talk about when things are at that serious. I can't, you know, grief, tragedy level. I just cannot talk much. Okay, so the visible signs, and they said this is obvious magic. So maybe the polities are saying this is magic. This is not the God, not our gods. Or the disbelievers are saying, and they became disbelievers. Although, now, how can the inner selves be convinced? Tell me. Because you see, you have there has to be something else inside. The soul is capricious. What if you, for example, since Christianity is now in my mind right now, uh, I'm not picking on Christians or anything, but just saying that what if something, I see Jesus Christ, right? Many people have, and in Iran, I heard there's some Iranis on YouTube. They've changed their religion because they saw Christ. So this also, right? You see, the evidence can be in religious cases, both sides. Jews say we have evidence, Christians say we have evidence. Miracles also happen in Hinduism. When I was in London, I heard that a cow, their holy cow, was drinking milk in one of the temples. I heard from a Hindu in our hostel. So miracles can happen also in other religions enough to make you convince the inner selves. Is it? Is it enough? Ask yourself. So this is the problem you see we have. Although, don't ask me when I'm in a desperate need, pain, and then if a Christian comes and helps me out, and so I mean, there have been people who have become Christians, Muslims, because Christians helped out. No one helped them like that, right? So you feel, oh, Jesus has come through them. So it can't be out of injustice and haughtiness, sorry, God, of Islam. So see how was the end of the corruptors. And yeah, and Surah Sajda 13. And if we had willed, we could have given every soul its guidance. But the word from me will come into effect that I will surely fill hell with jinn and people altogether. And then Surah 12, ayat 53. Nor do I absolve my own self of blame. Yusuf, Hazrat Yusuf is saying this. Joseph, the human soul is certainly prone to evil, unless my Lord do bestow his mercy. But surely my Lord is oft forgiving, most merciful. So then we go back to Surah Namal, ayat 14, that the souls cannot be convinced. You may think it is like a judge who gets convinced, since evidence is there now, substantial evidence beyond reasonable doubt, proof given, right? Evidence is there. But that's a different case now. Here in religions, it's a different case. You see this? There's a contradiction. Souls are not guided by Allah. nor do I absolve. Yusuf says also that the human soul is certainly prone to evil, unless my Lord do bestow his mercy. So we need mercy from God. We don't have anything inside of us, but we will need God's mercy, even in some Surah Hud or Sabah or which one, even Namal. I don't know. The prophets were saying that the Lord has had mercy on us. So that is most important, right? Since God has had his mercy. But as you see, the soul is kind of capricious. It changes. It doesn't have that ability to be convinced. It no, it can be convinced by proof, yeah, but different proofs. It's very susceptible, like, a vulnerable person in crisis. You can exploit to rest of the things to them, like a child, innocent child. You can mold the innocent child to become what you wanted to become at a certain age. Work on him. That's how the soul is, very innocent, very, like, it doesn't have knowledge of its own. You see, I worked it out that time here. The So the conflict of man in human beings, sorry. Women, I don't mean to leave you out. Conflict. So I learned from Jiddu Krishnamurti, seeing we are bad and we want to become good, or I don't know and I want to know, but knowledge here is limited. And who is the one who has sinned against your soul? Is it the will of humans? Okay, so the will comes in then, but soul is this the this is not the ruh, spirit. This is the soul, you see. So I just had to make an inference. So here will came in, and then will is also something, it has to operate on either intelligence of like Jiddu Krishnamurti. Will doesn't have intelligence. Will doesn't have intelligence. It requires knowledge or it will decide on ignorance. So will is not only dependent but limited. So be free from will. Now this is the way I had to come to free myself, seeing it completely, and then marinating in this, so that I don't go into that will again. Because Jiddu Krishnamurti says, the moment you have insight, you have true seeing, then that's the doing. You leave it. But I think I fall back to my ego or that limited self, which is the soul, which is the mind. And is the soul the mind? What part is it? So this is why to come this way uh, uh, before this. Now back to what is the soul in Islam and evidence for the soul problem in Quran. You see, in my previous live stream, I did it like this. I went to Samiri cast, taking Surah Namal ayat 14. So just to understand that the visible signs, so 13 also of Surah Namal ayat, they were convinced, God says, within their souls. But the soul is a very tricky self, like we say the mind. We used to say the mind is a very tricky thing. Samiri was convinced in his soul, or his soul led him here, the soul, even though first Hazrat Musa has now led them out of the clutches, the grasp of Pharaoh, yet then he sees the messenger and all this I was trying to do here. But thus did my mind prompt me. Sometimes the translation is the mind, sometimes it's the soul. The soul has not been made clear to you. The moment You realize what the soul is. Which religion will make you realize this? Then, the moment you see what the soul is, so we did the will thing together here. I came across it at the end of a live stream of mine, and then I came back for the will. Then now we're on the soul. So, and what is the nature of the soul? We know in the Quran, through the Quran ayats, what's the fitrat? God knows how God has put it there in the Quran ayat. So I wanted to know what is the fitrat of Allah is one God, belief in one God, okay, like that. Or let's see, so Surah Yusuf, ayat 53. I've reached here and I came to speak further on this that I started in my previous live stream. The problem of the soul, the knowledge which you have not been given much, not about the ruh, not about the spirit. Even the spirit's knowledge you have not been given much. When the Jews, now taking the, like also the tafsirs and all about that ayat, Jews asked Prophet Muhammad, what is the spirit? He couldn't answer, so he said, the knowledge of this, the spirit is by the command of Allah, and the knowledge of it has not been given to you much. Not much knowledge. So maybe you can find out through the Jews what the spirit is. But here we're talking about the soul. And the soul is different, mind you. So where I got this, oh, I didn't save it here. So, no, I did. I have to go. 3 types of soul. Okay, there are 3 types of soul, but they're not different souls. They're just, it would be better to say that we have 3 stages of the soul rather than say, like this would go into Trinity, like it would divide the soul. You would think you have 3 different souls. So be very careful how you put it. By Musa Ferber. Thank you, Musa Ferber, but and Infamies of the Soul. Abdul Rahman al Sulami's Infamies of the Soul and their Treatment include a small introduction on the different types of souls. Or you can say that once there's only one soul, right? We made you. Let's see if God says we made you. So there's Amara, there's Lawama, and there's Mutmaina. The serene soul is certain that Allah is its Lord. So now you're telling us that the soul becomes certain, nafse mutmaina, return to your Lord pleased with Allah, right? Surah Fajr ayat 28, Surah 89, to others due to its righteous deeds. So you have to keep doing right, good deeds to purify the soul. But can the soul ever be certain? Maybe at the end, when it reaches this level, they see. So one Christian came to say, one Muslim came here. Sorry, why am I saying Christian? To say that they wanted to challenge me, thanks to Noor Haya Khan. Oh, sorry, again I say Khan. Every time I say Noor Haya, even I remember Nooria Khan. So sorry about that. Um, challenge. So Noor Haya Khan. No, Noor Haya said to him or her, Islam Rain came here saying, I challenge you. So said to them that, she wants a fruitful discussion, not challenges, because challenges come from the ego. I could see it the moment they said challenge. I love to challenge you. First of all, we are not that refined to even use our words properly. Love is something you don't say, I would love to. Uh, you don't use one word too often, profane, for me to profane it. So I don't know where they've learned this from. Now, love is such a loaded word. It's used so, like, carelessly and callously. Also, this. Islam reign, Muslim. Coming here saying, I'd love to challenge you. Now, why do you want to challenge? Love. I mean, I would like to challenge you. And I said, challenge me. But Nur Haya gave a very beautiful reply to this person, Islam reign. So if you're coming from a place of the ego, the security that this religion gives you, and you like to just challenge people instead of facilitating for people, making life easier for people, then sorry, this is not for you. Because what Nur Haya said, I don't have that eloquence and that beautiful way that she has. That please let's be caring, considerate, and also, what is the word I used? That when you come here, let's have a thoughtful discussion, right? So many things. Sorry, I've seen in this, but thank you so much. This, at least, this article helped me see the problem still, that the soul, and strive for Allah. Now in Surah, oh yeah, Surah Hajj, ayah 78, like Prophet Muhammad, the messenger, will be a witness and you will be witnesses. This is one. This is the ayat I wanted for one of my live streams earlier that I wasn't getting. Like, how can the messenger be a witness to you? When what was that? When I was on some topic of the Quran or some Quran ayat. So you see how the soul cannot be guided, and then look, uh, you can Surah Hajj ayat 78. Look at this, right? A messenger who can't even save himself from his two wives who annoyed him becomes a witness to you. What kind of a game God is playing with us? This kind of Allah, religious Allah. And strive for Allah, striving with due to Him, striving with the jihad, haq, due to Him, haqq. How He chosen you has and not placed upon you in the religion, deen, any difficulty. The religion, your, your father Abraham. You see, when they tell the polytheists, they also say this point also. Our forefathers believed in it, or well, it was our forefathers. Their forefathers believed in this. But of course, Abraham was your forefather also. So because Abraham believed in it, your forefathers, you have started to believe in this. He named you Muslims before, and in this, that may be the messenger, a witness. You know what a witness is? Over you. Now the messenger becomes a witness over you, and you may be a witnesses on the mankind. You will be witnesses on the mankind. Someone like a Shia Sayyid will come and say, Zahra, you did something, bad, right? And sometimes you have to uh, go where angels dare not. What Hafiz says, right? Hafiz says, where did I keep that Hafiz? Sin to help another. Where is that? Right? Oh, it's not in the downloads, it's in the images. Screenshots here. Sorry, I'm just on my other tab. If Hafiz, Ghazal 299 from Shariar website. No copyrights infringement intended, just reading out the Ghazal. If you drink wine, let a drop or two spill. A sin that helps another, courageously fulfill. Worry not, drink to the music of the harp. Fate worries not when it is time to kill. It is for your sake, my darling beloved, that on my last day I take the bitter pill. Okay? Self denial in any creed is ill. Okay, skip some. Right, like that. So you see. Now you may what you can do is you can come in a more civilized manner here. Right. So this, and then yeah. So this I will try to. Hopefully, I won't remember, but let's see if I remember the live stream where I had that. How can Prophet Muhammad be a witness to you? Or and then there was this kill yourselves if we had ordained if where's that at? Oh, no, no, if we I would have to search in my notes again. Last time I found it. If we had ordained, kill yourselves. Or, I'm not looking at the or, kill yourselves. Or leave your homes, right? Quran ayat. Now, please don't jump to it, but it also says leave, but it also says kill yourselves here. I.e., the innocent ones kill the guilty ones. My goodness. Innocent ones kill the guilty ones. This is one of the tafsirs you made out for Surah Nisa at 66. Hello, Hindutva. How are you? Welcome. Hindutva, I would really like Muslims to come here, but thank you for being here. How come I don't get Arab Muslims? Oh, well, Salahuddin was here, but so Salahuddin is not coming here. How are you doing, Hindutva? Hope you're doing great. Welcome and thank you for being here. Uh, so, can you hear me loud and clear? Is it clear, loud enough? Okay, or medium? Please let me know in the live chat. Hindutva is here. Hello, so Hindutva, how's you see, I never ask like that. Hindu is Hindu. If Hindutva, it is none of my business. I just wish the best for you all. So, but it's not my place. So God bless Hind, India. Can you please tell me if you can hear me? Hello? Hindutva is gone. So some of you, You're not given the knowledge. You don't know what the soul is. When these poor Hindus or someone like Jiddu Krishnamurti, then the Hindu, after Jiddu Krishnamurti also, that why do you object to our this meditation and all this? So he gave such a good answer to them, Jiddu Krishnamurti. So that, and kill yourselves. But if anyone shows you inside yourselves, showing you who can be the witness, like Muji Baba is showing you now, without doing yoga and all this, meditation and mantras, using mantras. Like Rupert Spara is showing you. Such a tragedy for, Muslims. So waiting for any Muslim to come here, and any civilized Muslim. I think better than Pakistanis, Indians, and all these Asian Muslims, Arabs will learn quicker, hopefully, right? Oh, Pakistanis, some of them, sorry to say, are very stubborn, very stubborn. And if an Arab, I haven't, Salah ad-Din was here, it's not stubborn. But in the beginning, it was difficult to show him. Now I hope he's got it and he's left Islam, Saudi Arabia. But he's not going to say he's left Islam. So then, and what is this now? And if we had decreed upon them, kill yourselves, so leave your homes. First of all, kill yourselves. And then God not only, okay, He hasn't decreed it, but God then is saying, except for a few of them. If those, they would not have done it except for a few of them. Who's crazy to do this? And then you people come up with different tafsirs coming from Prophet Muhammad. You explain this ayat. Kill yourselves means the innocent should kill the guilty. God has given you a license to kill, not to reform. Innocent should kill the guilty, like go out, kill the covert narcissist, kill the rapist, kill those killing me. Yes, they've killed me. On the those who do black magic and all this also, kill them. Ah, but if they had done what they were instructed, it would have been better for them in a firmer position for Sahi International. If they did what they are exhorted to do, okay, what any, like if we had decreed for them, so from here, like, though if they did what they are exhorted to do, you see, kill yourselves, go in the war, kill yourselves. Yeah, the soul is from, you are from one soul. Is it nafs or is it spirit? I think the foreigners coming up with no death penalty, capital punishment, this and that, I think they're doing good. They're reforming these religions. Crazy people who say just kill because someone has done something bad, right? Kill. Oh, I also said it recently to Amreen Khan. I said, kill him, right? And then I was like, what? Kill him, yes, yes, kill him. But I never killed someone doing bad things to me. So let's go to we human are of one soul. One soul or one spirit? You see the distinction. Some Quran translations for the soul are, for the spirit are a soul. People be mindful of the Lord who create. Thank God I got Quran.com here. Hindutva, what would you like to say? O mankind, fear your Lord who created you from one soul. Ah, yes, it's spirit. It's not spirit, ruh. It's a soul, nafs. So thank God God says this. And then the soul is inclined to evil. And then the soul we have not guided. Yes, so from there it would mean kill yourselves. Yeah, some people can even take the that you're from this one soul, from a soul means single. Yeah, wahada then. So that's why the translation of that Surah Namal ayat 14. Oh no, sorry, no. This. Surah Nisa ayat 66. Kill yourselves. And we're saying no, they're saying no, we don't want to kill. See, they would not have done it. They would not have done it. So any Muslim here who like to push it, challenge, can you not have a fruitful, reasonable, civilized discussion here with me? Sorry, only on the live chat comments, right? And so this problem. Now, okay, I got your side, right? That kill yourselves mean that in certain times you have to have war, kill them, kill the rapist. What if we say all these Maulanas and all this, right? What if I tell you that I'm really sick and tired of the misleading and all this? Do you think I'm going to go and ask you to kill them? Because they're misleading the children, they've misled themselves, they're on this false religion, this is satanic, you know, the damage it does to people. I know because I've grown up in this religion, right? But even then, with all that anger, hurt, pain, deep, I would not tell you to kill the Maulanas, shoot them. One person in Pakistan was saying we should shoot these Maulanas. I was like, no. These Maulanas are the. And there was another person coming here and saying it's the Maulanas, it's the Maulanas. It's not this religion, it's the religious scholars. No, but I show you the culprit is him, Prophet Muhammad. Hope I've shown you this, and it is not a show. It is seeing that the culprit is him, right? So when are you going to do yourselves a favor and leave this religion? And then your minds will go to God knows what. I'm not asking you to go to Hinduism or anything. Please leave the Hindus alone. I went to Christian prayer. back to the exorcism I knew, I learned in Karachi online. So only Jesus Christ has the power. And Archangel Gabriel and Mary, Mother Mary, and the saints. So, lay down your lives. No, kill yourself. It says, please, see, not, or I thought it was like kill, like become a martyr. So, you see, Pictel says, lay down your lives. And oh, it's like over my dead body, or something. Someone would say like that, or I would. If we had ordered them to sacrifice their lives, it doesn't say sacrifice your lives. It says kill yourselves very directly, kill themselves, or abandon their homes. Very few would have done it, and they would not have done it if they had done what they had, and the ones who would not have done it, those ones. So please, Hindutva, you know what soul is in your Hinduism? Soul is only susceptible, yes, it will look at the outer evidence. So, but how can you be sure in yourselves, and then all of you would come to this one religion, Islam, right? So this Hindutva is gone. Anyone here when need to know? I want to ask a Muslim why you are hanging on to this religion. What is the point? When I have, can't you, what I just help a little bit to make you see the contradictions and all this. What a damage, you are doing to humanity. You don't even know what the soul is. Now, if I go to Hinduism, Muslims will be offended. And someone like Hindutva will come here giving Hinduism, maybe, telling me, where do we go? So I have to go to You see, you have to see it within yourself, but not through this Surah Namal ayat 14. The soul is prone to evil. It is changeable, and then, okay, the last stage of the soul, maybe you do good, do good, do good. But then how, you see, which religion will you take? Which method? To take Jesus Christ as the Son of God? Or waiting for the Messiah like the Jews are? Or this? And you're not told what the soul is properly. But it has 3 stages. I'm telling you, it is susceptible. Like this ayat says, right? 53. It is prone to evil. It goes towards evil. But who create? Look. The thing is that only shaitan is bad. How can human beings be? So Adam was a sinner. Adam sinned. That's the paradise lost. Now we have all these devils, sinners, and so many devils, demons attacking me. Please, can someone tell me, do you see it? Do you see why you are holding on to this religion? The day you see this, you will leave it. This day you see they say, like although the Christians say this I've heard the first time in a Christian Prince's live stream, Islam dies, right? What with lie without lies? Without lies, Islam dies. Poetic, very poetic. So this is what I wanted to. Okay, so the soul what is the soul? I don't know, but this year it's prone to evil. Then, if you do good, but what this article tells you is how is this implied in the. Sorry, I have to pick on this article. Three types of Musa uh, Fuber. Uh, uh, Sorry, Musa Fuber, I didn't ask you for this, but I'm doing this, sharing your article on live stream. How come they chose this surah? Surah Hajj, ayat 78. Allah Most High says, and strive for Allah with the striving due to Him. So this soul, meaning striving against the soul. Oh, you see, you have to strive against the soul and preventing it from falling caprice. Yes. See, I could see that the soul has caprice in it, right? And now you're saying this. Your Muslim sir is saying this, right? Now he has found serenity, then return to your Lord pleased with Allah, well, and Allah to others due to its righteous deeds and attesting the promise of Allah Most High. Striving against the soul will. Use your will to strive against the soul. The second type of soul is the reproachful soul. It reproaches good and evil and is impatient whether things are easy or difficult. It regrets what it has missed and reproaches for missing it, saying, all this you can read, I've only done such an immoral reject. Why didn't I do more? If only I'd done, and I shall swear by the reproaching soul. So God says in Surah 75, Ayat 2. So this much you've been told. But the soul is capricious. The third is the soul that incites evil. Surah Yusuf ayat is given. And curb their soul's passions. Surah 79, I have to check. 40 ayat. No, wait a minute. Yeah, and curb their soul's passions. Where is it? And elsewhere. Okay, Surah 79, ayat 40. Do you see he who has taken his passion for his God? Surah 45, ayat 23. And other verses which indicate the evils of the soul and its little desire for good. Okay, this religious scholar or someone has worked it out. Ali ibn Amr informed us saying, okay, Abdullah, now this is from the. So the Prophet says, tribulation, caprice, and lust are needed in the clay constitution of the sons of Adam. All include similar report, and you would, oh my God. So then how come, then how come it says here, this whole thing is, you see, thanks to this article, Surah Namal ayat 14 is against, it contradicts, because it says nafse, inner selves were convinced. Nafsi. You see, you want to see? 27 ayat 24. Surah Namal ayat 24. No, they cannot be convinced in the soul. The soul is capricious. You give it evidence, it will believe. One day you give it the Trinity evidence, it will believe in the Trinity evidence. There are many Christians. They say that Jesus is resurrection, like Professor David Wood was saying. What does he believe in? Because the resurrection, all of his disciples saw it, or many saw the resurrection of Jesus Christ. That is the evidence that he goes on believing in Christianity. And they rejected them while their inner selves. What is it? Anfusuhum. Nafs comes in, you see? It's from nafs. Anfusuhum. Nafs. Nafs, themselves. If himself, then it would have been another nafsihi, like that written in Arabic, something like that, right? Then how could the nafs, you see, they cannot be convinced with signs in themselves. Nafs comes. What a contradiction. And you won't see it. Muslims won't see it, some of you, in giving others a hard time. You're on the generations ahead. How tragic, how tragic. How sad, how sad. I mean, I can't speak about the earthquake recently in Marrakesh, Morocco, the flood in Libya. And we don't have time. We don't know, God forbid. May God give you all long lives. Um, so let's see, I'm trying also with myself, help myself here, sharing with you, right? So, as far as I've seen, there are contradictions and things are not clear. Again, I come to that these religions, they didn't want you to have guidance within yourself, and they wanted control. You see, even Christians, I've read their. It's maybe they say that evil, maybe the evil demons will go. I read 29 days. I do that Catholic prayer, right? That's how Shaitan, he wants you to believe in that, right? So all that will go, perhaps. But that doesn't mean that's the true religion. I've seen control. I mean, once Jesus Christ, again and again, people suffering. Oh, they're suffering because they fornicated, or they did LGBT, gay, or lesbian, or this, or they're drinking. No, it's drinking bad in, or they have sinned in the adultery, done adultery in their hearts, or all this thing they've done, the Christians also. So when will you be free? So this great Satan, the greatest Satan, comes in a spiritual form and will take out the demons. You know, it's just pathetic. I mean, I'm sure the good-meaning Christians, they want to help and father and fry. I mean, I've had Father Calasso. He came to my house. He's such a wonderful man. And so he's gone. But, like this, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but now I have to say it very bluntly. So, not that proud, haughty. So, this all power that comes from whom? Maybe one humanity, maybe where? Find out. Is love alone enough? What gift has, even if you believe in God, like that God has put in you that power? And there's a time I didn't want to sin. There's a time when earlier on about the video on Army Nawabi, you know, I was scared of. One time, yes, grow up, we can go to, these movies and all this London in the cinema hall, 15 plus and all this. Oh, I could go to that movie and all. Growing up, then no one has to tell me anything. I just do my, a lot of freedom in that I felt. But, right, I could smoke and it's okay. I, but the fear I had of eternal, the fire of hell, and sinning more, like growing up. Oh God, so that was another when I realized, oh God, the more we grow up, the more sins we will be accumulating. Isn't that terrible? Isn't it enough? I had enough in my life, right? So I didn't want to sin, and it's better to sin against oneself, harm oneself rather than harm, someone trespassing. I didn't want to do these things. Even though my parents had given me a lot of freedom to go to parties and all this with my cousins, I didn't want to sin, you see. Yet, going to parties and dancing, it's against my religion, Shia. Even listening to songs. So, but that I felt, okay, God will forgive me or something, God I've sinned. And but another thing I like about no another one thing I like about Christianity is they're very organized. Like Catholicism, you can go to the church, the priest. I've sinned, Father, and they will take. Then the community is there. You can't if you go against the church and you keep sinning and all this. So, but that we were missing. We were missing our organized like Ismailis and Imam so that we don't create more problems, unnecessary harming people. Like here, I was demonically attacked. I did things now I feel so terrible when I look back. There's a story now, a little bit out of topic about my health and myself. What I was doing on principal's page, things. I made my principal's page, and what I was saying against my niece, my cousin and their children. It had gotten too much. Like, who's doing this to me? And sometimes being suspicious, like they would make me believe that, oh, it's this person or like that against people, and really go like witchy, cursing. But I can't afford to regret it because that day, I mean, I don't even have energy to regret, right? So I'm sorry I have to go on and let. So the regret was coming, and I was like, don't punish yourself more because that guilty feeling. Oh my God! So there was someone some time ago told no, when long time ago told me that there was a person who had black magic on him and he used to curse and hit and abuse and all this, even like hit his family members. a lot. And then when he came out of it, when the black magic was over, he abused terribly. He was very, angry like I was getting in on this. When that was removed from him, then he was like, "Oh, I can't believe I did this. And I'm so sorry." And, he was like apologizing. And his family members said, "No, no, we understand that it wasn't you. It was the devil's or the black magic effect on you." So sometimes it affects you, sometimes it doesn't affect people because they're strong in their morals or something. So let just write this reflecting. Sorry, my headphone light is reflecting there on the surface of the screen somewhere, and I was thinking, where's this light coming from? And it's from my headphones. Okay, so whew, so I became a witch, and I'm not supposed to, like, I would have, uh, and thank God the damage was not that great. Terrible. What the, against children and things. It's just very chilling for me. So since childhood, they've wanted me. Some I felt jinxed from childhood, bad luck, doing things that I shouldn't, have gotten me into trouble, could and bringing loss and damage to others, right? Uh, Sometime, but not like if they wanted me out of school, uh, so like that. But yeah, yeah, but it wasn't like this madness, very very obvious. Like now, when I had to use Facebook and all the social media in the beginning, I knew that they were going to try and fail me, and I would start abusing, and the people would run away from me and all this, right? Or blame me. But the witches behind all this, the vile devil, uh, the person who wants me, who wants to ruin my life, and has, oh yes, has killed me to a certain extent. So okay, I'll be coming back, hearing myself. Let's see. I hope the sound is good. Hindutva did not. He's gone or something. Didn't tell me. So let's see. Thank you so much. Hope you see the contradictions and the confusions. Even as a Shia, coming back to this, reading my from my Shia articles and all this, not getting it. So, what is the thing that gets? I'll be coming back to this, Surinamal. Is it the? Should it be the soul, which is prone, changeable, always like until it keeps doing good deeds according to its religious principles, or is it something beyond the soul that this religion didn't want us to see? That is sure about God, God's existence. Let's find out in the next live stream, or let's see when, or in the next live stream, I might find another ayat and come back on that and then come to this. Let's see how it goes, right? I don't promise anything, but one of the live streams, I will be coming back on this again and meditating, contemplating if I can. What is the thing? Let's see which Hinduism or makes us realize if we can go beyond the self, this soul. Let's see, I'll also go back to Jiddu Krishnamurti, refresh my, and now see what Jiddu Krishnamurti says about the soul. and I'll come back to share that with much pleasure and hope of seeing and then sharing and setting you all free from all this, these traps, these religions have made to control us. Thank you so much, Hindutva. All the best. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, beautiful, most beautiful day always. Beautiful life.